She just wants to be beautiful. She goes unnoticed. She knows no limits. She craves attention. She praises an image she prays to be sculpted by the sculptor. Oh, she don't see the light that's shining deeper than the eyes.
What's up, y'all? I am back. I am here with a Chit Chat Get Ready With Me video. I am going to be using a couple of new products, and in the process I will be telling you guys or sharing with you guys my story of, unfortunately or fortunately, depends on how you look at it, being broke, filing bankruptcy, and how that's affected me and the process for me. Because once again, I'm here to share my story and the good parts of my story. Even though these are what one would think are negative situations, for me, I am thankful for them. So I'll call them the good stuff, you know, the good parts of the bad situations I've been in. So let's get started. I've already got my eyebrows done, and I use my Anastasia Beverly Hills. As always, I told you that a million times. I use my NC50, let's see what the name of it, Studio Fix concealer to scope out my eyebrows. And I'm gonna start off with my eyes today. Start off here with the once again, the NC50 Studio Fix concealer. I'm gonna prime my eyes with this. So let's talk about me and my process of being broke and how it's affected me, and my journey and where I am today with everything. So honestly, I've never been rich, I can tell you that, but there was a time in my life where my grandparents had what one would call good money. They weren't rich, but they weren't bad off neither. There was times where I had everything a kid can ask for, and life was good. I don't want to get too much into their story because, and when I was a child, but I do want to just share that with you guys because, I mean, at some point I noticed the difference from having money and not having money. So having money was when I was younger and my grandparents were well off. So let's go into my personal journey of it. Let's see, financially I was more independent as I went into college. Going to college, I paid for everything myself. All of my student loans were in my name. Everything financially I pretty much did on my own. I worked 2 jobs while I was in school. I will say that my grandparents did help me pay for my car once I was in school because I was a full-time student. They wanted to help me out, and it was a huge blessing because that was one thing that I didn't have to worry about. But I did have to pay my own gas. I had to pay my rent. I had to pay my utilities. And I had to pay everything. Only finance that my grandparents helped me with was the actual car note. Everything else was my responsibility. I had to pay for everything by myself. So that's where the student loan thing came into play. One would say, you know, don't take out student loans. You're going to be paying them back forever and ever and ever and ever. But some part of me just wouldn't let that be a reason to stop me from going to school and making memories and having the greatest experience of my life. That actually ended up being the best thing that I had did, you know. Because so far having my daughter is the best thing that's ever happened to me. And this is just the color runway that I always go in with. And that's just because it's a good transition color for me. So, okay, so then, you know, financially, I had the student loan. I would get refund checks. I would blow through my refund check because I was financially independent. You know, nobody was there to help me. And I didn't want to, you know, be hungry and, you know, have the stress of trying to be a successful college student. And, you know, I didn't want anything to really distract me from you know, doing my studies and having a clear mind. So I went the path of taking out student loans to help me kind of lift the burden of that. But once again, that didn't stop me from having to work 2 jobs, you know. I still had to work 2 jobs, and it made me strong though, you know. It's not nothing for me to complain about. So after graduation, I had to do an internship to end everything. Like, it's been so long, I can't even remember the name of it, but I had to do an internship by August to, you know, finish school and have my final transcripts and everything else, even though I walked the stage in May. But I just needed to do the the summer internship to be done, and that wasn't a big deal. So they had offered me to take out another student loan, and honestly, I felt like it was over. Like, I didn't want to take out another student loan. Like, I was done with the student loan thing, and I'm like, how much is the internship out of pocket? And they were like $700, and I'm like, okay, well, that's not too bad, you know, like, that's not too bad. So I was like, well, I could probably pay for that out of pocket. So they were like, okay. Mind you, I didn't pay for it up front, because to me, it's like, I'll figure it out. I don't want to, once again, I don't want financial things to weigh me down. Like, I have to do this, so it has to be done, and I'll figure it out. So I was telling my grandparents about it, like, you know, it's $700, and make a long story short, my grandmother was like, well, we can pay for that for you, you know, like, it's not a big deal, it's $700, you know, we'll help you with that much of it. And I was like, so, like, thankful, like, oh my God, like, you know, because honestly, like, I was getting ready to be out on my own again. Like, I was trying to get a job, and I didn't really know whether I was going to stay in BG or go back to Cleveland. Like, I had no idea what was going on. So paying for a $700 internship was one thing that I just didn't want to worry about. So as time went on, I told you guys my grandfather got really sick. He ended up passing away. But in the process of him being sick, I never wanted to ask my grandparents for anything. Like, I felt like that situation was way more serious than a $700 bill. So I never said anything else about, you know, my internship ever since then. Like, so unfortunately, my grandfather passed away. My grandmother, I believe, went into a deep depression, which is to be expected because she was with my grandfather since she was 16 years old. So in my head, I don't want to ask her for anything. I just want to see, you know, how everything works out. Well, I ended up getting into financial trouble with the internship. Okay, now I'm just going over my lid again with this NC 50 concealer, because I'm gonna use a different, I'm gonna do something different, you guys. I'm gonna be using a blue color on my lid, and it's kind of hard to, like, it's hard to pack one to my lid, so I used this color to kind of just lighten my lid up so the color would take a little better. So yeah, so I got into a little financial trouble. BG was billing me. They were putting interest on this bill. It went from $700 to like $1,000. I mean, it was just getting really out of control. So then I had to pay money through the Ohio Attorney General office. Every month I paid like $100 on this bill. And, you know, in my mind, I'm like, okay, that was that. Even though I had to pay interest, I think I ended up paying like $2,000 for this internship that originally, that was originally only $700. But I'm like, woof, that's over with. So that was back in like 2013. So 2014, you don't know. I had my daughter in 2014. So I get a letter in the mail about getting sued by Bowling Green. And I'm like, what is this about, you know? What is this about? Like, I don't have any more bills with Bowling Green. Like, why are they trying to sue me or whatever? And so I called up to Bowling Green, like, trying to figure out why I was getting sued. This color is actually a blue from Wet n Wild. Look how pretty that is. But unfortunately, it takes a long time for this color to, like, actually stick to my lid. So I'm like, what is this bill about? They're like, well, unfortunately, a lot of students don't know that even when you pay through the Attorney General's office, you are, you have an interest going on there, like a 10% interest. And I was like, what? Because I think I owed them like another $1,700. That's what they were suing me for, like $1,700. And I'm like, wait a minute. Why would you guys stop taking payments out of my account if my bill wasn't paid? And they're like, well, I don't even know what they said at that point. They're basically telling me, like, I don't know what to tell you. You owe us this money. Maybe you should call, you know, the Ohio Attorney General's office. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I called them, like, you know, I paid this off back in 2013. Why am I being sued all the way in 2014? And they're like, well, you know, they told me the same thing. There's interest on there. You know, you needed to pay that off. But mind you, they weren't being nice about it at all. I'm giving you the nice version of it. They were very rude about it. But, they were like, you know, you still owe us this money. And I'm like, well, you know, I'm a part-time mom now. Like, back in 2013, I was working full-time. I could have afforded this back then. Like, I'm so sad that you guys wait a whole year to let me know that I still owed you guys money. And they're like, well, you know, don't you still have a job? I'm like, yeah, but it's nowhere near as what I was doing before because now I'm taking care of my daughter full-time. And they're like, well, I don't know what to tell you, but you'll get served really soon. And I'm like, okay, well, nice talking to you too, you know. So at this point, I'm like, well, I don't really know what to do about any of this situation. I know I didn't have the money to pay them off. Mind you, I'm just literally packing this color on because I really want it to be like a really pretty blue color. And so you know, I got letters from like attorney offices telling me that they could help me, you know, with my case and, you know, all this jazz. So make a long story short, this is how I ended up filing bankruptcy because I didn't have the money to pay the Ohio Attorney General's office. And I didn't want them to start garnishing my wages because I knew eventually that was going to happen. So, so that was that. And I don't know if you guys have ever filed bankruptcy before, but it's kind of an annoying process. I don't really want to get into details about that, but it was like a really annoying process. It took me about a year for all of that stuff to like kind of work out. And in the process, it got discharged at the end of the day. But it was kind of like, I was worried, you know, like I was freaking out. I didn't know like if everything was going to work out. And it did, you know. But in the beginning, I was so worried about my car. I'm like, please don't take my car. This is all I have right now. Like, I have a daughter. I need to get back and forth to work. You know, and I just really was worried because I knew that there was going to be, you know, some changes. Like, and mind you, I didn't have anybody to talk to me about bankruptcy or anything like that. Also, my grandmother had passed away, so she, like I told you, if you haven't seen my first Get Ready With Me video, my grandmother and grandparents would help me a lot financially, so it's not like I could just call them up and be like, look, I need help, can I borrow this, you know, I'll pay you back, because I would, you know, they know I was good for it. So, you know, I was literally, like, worried, like, what happens next, you know? And then there's that part where you really can't trust attorneys, you know, because some of them are out just for your money or whatever. And I'm kind of all over the place, mind you, excuse me, because I'm like focused on the makeup and also trying to tell you this story. But so yeah, so where's my, here it is. So yeah, I'm going to be going back with runway just to kind of like make it blend a little better here. So yeah, I was so worried about my car and like, you know, losing my only way of transportation. And like I told you guys in my first video, my fiance is like extremely supportive. So, you know, I started talking to him about it, like, you know, what should I do, honestly? Because once I do this bankruptcy, I want to make sure that I don't ever do it again, because I want to make this a learning experience. Everything for me, everything that happens to me, I feel like it's for a reason. It's for me to learn from, for me to better myself. So I'm like, you know, I don't want to do this no more. Like, I don't want to dig myself into a financial hole over making decisions that are just not smart. You know, let this be a learning lesson for me. And I'm going back in with the blue because it definitely got washed out. So yeah, so we kind of both agreed that, you know, giving my car up might be a good decision, because first off, can I be honest? I'm gonna be honest. First off, I really couldn't afford it in the first place. It was a 2010 Toyota Camry, $400 car note, and I bought this car in 2013. So honestly, once again, it was one of them situations where I made a silly decision because I didn't know no better. Like, literally out here just kind of like making decisions on my own because I really don't have anybody to tell me. Even though, let me say this, my oldest brother told me not to do it because I had a car that was fine, it was running fine, and there was really no reason to get a new car. He's like, your car is okay. It was a 2000 Toyota Camry. He's like, and mind you, only broke down one time. So he's like, you have a good car. Like, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't invest money into a whole nother car. And I'm like, yeah, but I rode it out, you know, like I've been back and forth from Cleveland to BG so much, like, you know, it's probably like why I don't have any children, it's probably good to just kind of invest in a new car so I could pay it off, you know, just to kind of get myself together. Just giving myself reasons to buy a new car just because, like, that's what we do for some reason. We feel like once one car is paid off, we should go ahead and get another car, not realizing that we're just digging debt for ourselves. Like, I didn't need that new car, like, at all. But I'm like, yeah, you know, here I go wanting to be fly again, and I went and got a new car, and I couldn't even afford it. So it was just a bad decision all around. So I ended up giving the car back, and to me, it was a huge eye-opener about, you know, how we look at material things. You know, like, at first I was willing to hang on to this car no matter what, you know, like, I didn't care if I had to struggle financially. Like, so what? Like, I need a car. But God puts people in our lives. Example, my fiance. You know, to kind of like help us along the way. And when we do have to make those sacrifices, it's not such a horrible experience. Obviously, I can't do the things that I used to do. I am still without a car. But I'm okay with that because I feel like here I am learning from that. Like, I want to save up to get a car that I can afford. I don't want to put myself in a position to have a car that I can't afford. Like, it's just, it's silly, you know? Like, to me, it's silly. So, once that was taken care of, we made that decision. At this point, I'm not working at all. Like I told you guys before, I had quit my job to take care of my daughter full time. Now I'm going in with work, which you guys have seen before also. I had quit my job, and it's like, okay, I don't have the car note bill. How else can I save money, or can we save money and try to get ourselves together financially? And we're like, well, rent is like about $800 plus utilities, plus cable, plus phones, plus gas for his car, because it wasn't about my car at this point. And so I'm like, you know, we're literally living paycheck to paycheck, and that's not a dream of mine. Like, I don't want to live paycheck to paycheck. Like, how can we now eliminate this part of our lives, because it's miserable. We can't do anything but pay bills, and that's not the life that, no, I don't know anybody that wants to live like that. And so he's like, well, maybe we should no, let me be honest. I said maybe we should move back in with his grandmother, because we started off here when I got pregnant like I told you guys before, I was with my aunt, I got pregnant, and I moved in with him and his grandmother, and then we moved out for 2 years, and then after those 2 years of realizing that we don't have enough money to live the way that we want to live, let's move back. Let's move back and see if we could save money and try to have a lifestyle for us and our daughter where we can be okay. We can find some type of peace and happiness without financial things weighing us down. And some would say, you know, some might think that that's silly. Like, why move back in? Why not, you know, why not just go back to work? Why not just, you know, go back to work? And in my mind, that's not where my happiness is. That's why I didn't do it. I don't do things, because other people think it's normal, or other people think that's the way I should do it. I do things that I believe is right for me and that will help me grow. And some things I don't mind learning from. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I don't make the right decision, I'm okay with that, because there has to be a learning experience for all of us at one point, you know? Like, I'm okay with learning from my mistakes if it were to be a mistake. And honestly, right now, we live in an attic, which I also mentioned before, and it's not a mistake being here. You know, it's peace here because we know we're working towards a goal. And that's all that we really wanted out of this situation. We wanted to work towards a financial goal, a financial freedom, and that's what we're doing. We're able to enjoy ourselves a little bit more. We're able to, you know what it's like to see progress, and we're good with that. You know what I'm saying? So, I am using a different foundation today, just for the sake of, you know, showing you guys how different products look on me. This right here is my Clinique foundation in the color, let's see, 19 Silk Brandy. Let's see if that'll focus. There you go. And so, so for me, going bankrupt and being at my ultimate financial low is a blessing. It's a humbling experience, and it's a blessing because I'm able to learn from it. You know, like, I'm able to see the things that I did wrong, to see what I would like to do right, and be there for my daughter in those ways. You know, like, my grandparents didn't really talk to me a lot about a lot of things. Like, they weren't those type of people. Like, they supported me and they loved me, and whenever I needed them, they were there. But as far as having like deep conversations and showing me how to do this and do that, they weren't like that. They kind of just did it. And that's fine. You know, maybe that's just how they did things, and that's fine. But I want to be that for my daughter. I want to tell her, you know, this is what happened to me. You don't have to do it like me, but this is what happened to me. And hopefully you can learn from my mistakes. That's what I want to be for my daughter. So here I am, feeling completely blessed that I filed bankruptcy, because it gave me a chance to start over. It gave me a chance to see like life from a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like, material things don't mean much at all. You know what I'm saying? As long as you have your peace of mind and your happiness, like, I feel like that's the best way to be. You know, that's the best freedom we could be, is financially free with a peace of mind, you know? So, I don't know if you guys know, but I kind of put my foundation in the back of my hand, and then I dab it onto my face. So, this foundation is also a very full coverage foundation. Way different than the BB cream I was using. And I also primed my face already with my Mary Kay primer, which I still love. Like, I can't help it. Like, I'm gonna be using that a lot. So yeah, so, you know, it depends on what one would consider broke and poor, you know. It look kind of orange on camera, don't worry. It will set, it will look okay at the end of this. Don't worry. So, yeah, it just depends on what one thinks is being broke. I know there's two ways for me. There's a brokenness where you feel like you can't get up every day, where you feel like you don't want to eat nothing, where you feel like all you want to do is sleep, you have no energy. And then there's the financial broke, but then you spiritually happy. So the numbers don't mean nothing because you're just happy to be alive. Like, you're happy to enjoy a Monday between 75 and 80 degrees outside. It's a beautiful day. Me and my daughter went for a walk. She played on the playground. She's healthy. I'm healthy. Those things to me was rich to me. I'm rich. I feel so rich. I feel so great. I feel so blessed. So honestly, it just depends on what you think is being broke. I'm not against bankruptcy. I'm not against giving yourself a second chance. I'm not against learning from your mistakes. If filing bankruptcy, giving up your car, moving out, sizing down is what you need to learn to do better, then do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, do what you need to do to know what it's like to be financially free of debt, and lots of debt. And I'm not saying it's all over for me because, like I said, I still have student loans. That hasn't went anywhere, and I don't think it's gonna go anywhere because you can't clear student loans with bankruptcy. Let that just be clear. But I am on a journey of figuring out how to be more financially savvy, and I think that is so important in the black community. We don't know how to be financially savvy. We do things like get a new car just because the old one is paid off when there's nothing wrong with the old one. Like, we don't always have to have the newest, hottest, best thing. Like, it's not necessary. You know what I'm saying? As long as you have a car that gets you from point A to point B, that's all that matters. Okay, so my camera cuts off because it's too hot. I just basically went in with my LA Girl concealer. Can you see? There you go. I always put stuff backwards or upside down. Is that better? Yeah, okay. And then this is in Warm Sand, if you can see. And I get these from my local hair stores, like Longwood. If you're from Cleveland, you know what that is. So that's where I get them from, just so you guys can know. And I'm just blending this all in. That's the only thing I've done since my camera cut off. But yeah, you guys, so that is my experience being broke and going bankrupt. I see it as a blessing. I was blessed to be able to experience something so humbling because there's a lesson in it. Everything that you think is bad because the world say is bad is not bad. It's sometimes God is taking you through things so you can learn. You know, he's trying to make you better. He's trying to help you grow. And I think these experiences have been healing for me because I know there's growth in them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't break me down because I know that God is working for me. Like, he's intentional. Just like that song says, he is intentional. Like, he's doing these things for the better, for the best part of you. You know, the best is yet to come. And I really believe in those words. And when you believe in those things, you know that there is a breakthrough coming for you. You know what I'm saying? It's coming. It's happening. Just hold on and just know that these things are happening because God wants you to see something. He wants you to learn from it. And so that's what it was for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, being broke was a blessing. Is a blessing because I'm still technically broke, but I'm not broken. And that's the big difference. I'm not broken. And I know people, or we hear people all the time that have money and they kill themselves, or they, you know, or they've lost their family, they lost their wives, they lost their children, because money is not where happiness is. It comes from within. And I learned that through my process of being in college, paying for everything on my own, coming out, not having a job with the degree that I thought was supposed to get me a good job, because that's what we hear all the time, you know, and that just didn't happen for me. So and that is my LA Girl concealer in dark cocoa. So that is what I'm using to contour my face with. So that's about it, you guys. That is my experience of being broke and filing bankruptcy. Thank you, Jesus, for that experience. Thank you for taking time out to show me that you working with me and you growing with me, and you just want me to understand that through you everything is possible, you know. I'm not exactly where I want to be right now, but I'm not where I used to be. And I know those sayings sound so cliche, but people stand because there's truth to those words. It's true. Oh, so what else can I talk to you about? Let's make this a multi-topic video because I still have more face to do. Okay, another different thing I'm going to use is my Airspun translucent powder. Let's see. Because before I was using my Laura Mercier translucent powder, which is this, but I'm running out of it, so I gotta just go with this for now. Now, let me tell you, a lot of people say that they use this and they don't see a difference, and I can't say that's true for me. This powder right here is way thicker. It's like way thicker than the Laura Mercier. Like, I can't let this sit on my face because then I get that white cast look on my face, and that is and I don't care how much finishing spray I spray on, it still looks really ghostly. And with this one, it doesn't do that. It doesn't cake on as much. And also, I want to say that this one gives you flashback when you take pictures. This one doesn't. So this one is very expensive, but I think it's worth it. Now, you know, this, if you gotta go with this, then you gotta go with this, because that's what I'm doing today anyway. So, you know, I wouldn't stress myself out over it. If you gotta get the one, and this is from Walmart, Walgreens, Drug Mart, CVS. I've literally seen this in all of those stores. And this particular color is the natural neutral translucent powder. So, you know, go for what you know, girl. Go for what you know. I ain't gonna be tripping about it. I have to have a moment of honesty with you guys right now, okay? And that is that this YouTube thing and doing this makeup thing, it's just a tip of the iceberg. That is not, I did not create a YouTube account to solely just do makeup. I created a YouTube account to spread good and to be good and a representation of good. So with that being said, there is a huge project that I have in my heart and on my mind that I want to work on. And I kind of use this makeup thing and this 3-time thing as a platform. Because I've been studying this YouTube video stuff for almost 2 to 3 years. Like, since August was first born. So anyway, needless to say, I got really into YouTube, and the whole makeup thing kind of like was very interesting to me. So, you know, I kind of just got into it. I'm like, oh, you know, that'd be nice to kind of, you know, learn how to do it, because everybody likes to look beautiful. Everybody wants to feel beautiful, you know. So I told myself that I would learn how to do it, and, you know, I would just, you know, do it for fun, to be honest, because it's fun. It's like, it's just fun. It's nice to know how to do your makeup and feel beautiful, you know. But the project that I'm working on is going to be called Project Bring the Love Back. And this project is going to focus on me showing the world that having love in your heart and being loving towards other people is possible. And by doing that, I'm going to set myself as an example by going back into hard relationships that I've had in the past, or still have existing but don't really deal with too much because I've distanced myself from them. And that is, honestly, it's friendships, family members, exes. Like, I'm willing to explore all of those people and have hard conversations with them, so we can have a forgiving part. Because I feel like a lot of us don't move forward because we don't know how to forgive not only ourselves but the other person that we were with in that time. I told you guys about the side chick story and how that affected me heavily because I trusted this person and turned out to find out that I wasn't even a priority to this person. Like, this person kind of just gave me his sloppy seconds, and it was kind of devastating because I gave this person more. you know. So, but in the process of moving forward, I forgave that person, and I was able to move on. I was able to love again. I was able to find peace and happiness. And I think it's because I forgave. Like, I forgave the process in whole. I forgave him. I forgave myself. And what a wonderful journey to go on by showing people that we can do this in every aspect of our lives. And I want to talk to some people that I know for a fact that I don't talk to anymore, and that there may be some hard feelings, and that there may be some things that we wanted to say but we never had a chance to say. And I want to catch all of this on camera so you guys can come with me and see that love is real, forgiveness is real, growing is real. It's possible. It's possible for everybody and anybody. We just have to learn how to let go of the past. And in doing that, we have to be brave enough to embrace those old situations and say, you know what? I'm not going to let this bother me anymore. I'm not going to let this affect me anymore. And I'm going to move forward. And by doing that, you have to revisit some of those old situations if it's safe to. Let me just say that if it's safe, because some things you can't. Some things you just absolutely have to break ties with, and you have to let go. And I do mean that sometimes when it comes to ex-boyfriends or ex-girlfriends, sometimes those situations aren't so safe. Okay, so my camera keeps cutting off, and I think that's because of the lights and everything here. But while it cut off, I just contoured with, once again, my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte, and I put on my blush. So that's pretty much all I did while the camera was trying to cool off. But now I'm gonna go in with my highlighter, my handy dandy Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit. But I'm not gonna do this color. I'm gonna try this one. And I literally always do this one, which is it Amber Gold? Yep, Amber Gold. But let's try Hot Sand today, because we're trying some new stuff out today, right? Okay, so yes, so no. I'm not gonna do that one. I'm gonna do Sun Rain. Let's do Sun Rain. Okay, so yeah, so back to my project, Bring the Love Back. I know there is so many people that I want to have a conversation with, especially when it comes to my family members. We are so divided, and I can't stand it. It is so much that I feel like we need to talk about as a family. And when you love, family is kind of the first thing that comes to your mind. Like, I'm doing this for so many reasons, but to bring the love back is so important to me, because half of us don't talk, half of us mad about stuff we don't even know the other person is mad about. I just want to have these real, uncensored, heartfelt conversations with some of my family members and some friends that I don't talk to anymore that I definitely love. Because when you love people, you never stop loving them. Let's just be honest. There is a place that we put them where they don't bother us anymore and they don't affect us, but that we never stop loving them. So I want to humble myself. I want to be the person to reach out and say, listen, I love you. I don't know what happened. Can we talk about this? And some of them may be okay with videotaping our conversations, and some of them may not be, and that's okay. But the point of all of this is to show that love is real. I believe in love. I believe in good. And I'm willing to put myself out there and reach out to so many people that I still love but I don't talk to anymore. One of the first people, and this first person I'm going to tell you guys about is my dad. I think my first conversation, like I know my first conversation I'm going to have is going to be with my father. And no, we don't have a bad relationship. Me and my dad pretty much talk every single day. I love my father to death. And we actually have a great relationship now. But it hasn't always been like that. And I think there's some things that I want to ask him that aren't really like stuff that he may not already know about. But I would like to just bring it back up to him. Let him know, you know, some of the things that happened when I was younger kind of affected me, and I just want to put it out there. But also, the real reason is because my father has an awesome story to tell. He's been through so many things. He's an ex-drug addict. He's an ex-convict. He's an ex so many things, and he's doing so well for himself now. And I think he's just a great person to listen to. You know what I'm saying? He has so much love and so much hope and so much God in him. And for him to been through a lot of things that he's been through, it's just a good story to hear. So I think starting off with my father would be a great idea. You know, I think you guys would really appreciate his story. And I got mad love for him. You know that already. I'm gonna see him tomorrow. Actually, I pretty much see my dad every week, by the way. Like, I see my dad all the time. So I'm excited, you guys. I'm very excited for this project. I'm excited that God has given me the courage to do this project, because I think we need that. I think we need love more than anything. I think love heals all. And that may sound old school to some people, and some people may have given up on love, but I haven't. And I just want to show. I just want to show it that it is real, and we can have real love and real conversations with people that we love. It doesn't have to be it, you know. Let's grow. Let's move forward, yo. So now I'm just highlighting everything that needs to be highlighted. Also, another moment of silence, none of that. No, none of that. I'm not putting on fake eyelashes, y'all. I am honestly like one of those people that just ain't gonna do it. I don't have time, y'all. The glue takes too long, first off. I ain't got time to be sitting here waiting for this glue to dry. And August is probably going crazy because I've only been away from her for an hour, but she be so thirsty to see what I'm doing. She just need to know what I'm doing all the time. But no, seriously, I ain't got time for it. So on my bottom lash line, I'm gonna take Work Again and kind of just go on my bottom lash line with this. I'm also now going in with Runway and putting that on there. I don't know if y'all can hear my music in the background, but I'm definitely listening to Eshawn Burgundy because I absolutely love Eshawn Burgundy. He is a Christian hip-hop artist. I've been listening to him since I was in school, and this guy is absolutely amazing. I don't know if you guys have heard him. Get hit, man. This dude is the truth. He got inspiration and love for the streets on top of that. Like, juice, man. He got the juice. So now what? So now I'm going in with my Marc Jacobs gel black eyeliner because I just think that if I don't, this look will look crazy. I have my natural hair on up under here, which I will be showing you guys. I know last time I had a sew-in. Honestly, my hair has grown. It looks better than it did. I know I told y'all that my hair was looking a mess, but I don't know if it's because I switched my shampoo product or what. But after I took that sew-in out, my hair looks so much better. I'm like, okay, alright, we can work with this. We can do this. Okay, I'm back. So I decided to do my hair off camera because it can get kind of like crazy looking. And for you guys that don't know, this is my natural hair. Like, this is, well, I can tell you this. It's extremely watery. I don't know. And of course I have to clean up with my concealer and try to outline my lips again. I don't know. I think I like it. Only thing I don't like is that it's extremely watery when you first try to put it on. And I'm gonna have to fix this. So yeah. Yeah, the consistency is not the same as my ColourPop. which is my ultimate favorite liquid lipsticks. That was really, really watery, and I didn't like that part, but it does, it dries pretty. So anyway, you guys, I know I always be like, so anyway, but yes, that is everything that I wanted to tell you guys in this video. That was my experience as far as filing bankruptcy. I won't even say being broke because I'm still in the process of being broke, but I'm okay because I'm not broken. I've said that already, and I'm feeling super blessed every single day. This beautiful weather in Cleveland definitely got me feeling like I can do anything that I put my mind to, because the sun just definitely gives me life. And that is a sum up of my project that I have coming for you guys really soon. So if you haven't, please subscribe, like, and comment on my video so you guys can get the word out, so we can all do this as a community, as a unit, because this is worth it. Love is worth it. Being in love is worth it. That negative stuff is dead. We have to end it like immediately. Like, I can't take any more negativity. I can't take any more bashing. I can't take any more of us putting each other down. Like, it's such a draining experience right now in life because it's so much negativity in the world. So let's bring love back together. Come with me. Let's love it. Let's love each other up. Let's have these hard conversations. Let's just see what it's doing, you know? I'm excited about it. I hope you guys are excited about it. So like I said, please like and subscribe. And I hope you guys like my new makeup look. Just a pop of blue, nothing too crazy, and a new lip color. And I did try my new foundation, which I told you it would look like different once it like kind of set in, you know, because it was very orange at first. So here it is. I love you guys. Stay positive, stay blessed. Pray a lot, because we need it, and we need more love. And that's it. So thank you for watching, and thank you for listening, and look forward to my video, Project Bring the Love Back, coming soon. And see you later. Love you.
Right back at ya.